Tell me about your game.
Okay, the real names game. I was concerned about. Let's see, how was that from? Okay, so I'm too. Okay, what is the real names game?
What is the
The
real
real names game is a literacy game to help increase literacy rates and vocabulary. And so basically, you take the letters of your name, you turn it into an acronym. Now tell your story. Who are you? Identify yourself. You know, what words would you use to describe yourself? And so the real names game is really meant to help help us articulate, help the learner articulate, you know, and practice. Yeah, and practice. Okay, see how.
And you are doing just lovely, and I'm going to use it. So,
Okay,
no, would I? Let me
Yeah.
just ask you, as I'm listening to you, that would the names game really be like the explorer of the Matrix, to know and understand who you are? Would the names game be a good vehicle for that exploration?
Absolutely, because it's about exploring who you are as an individual, and how would you describe yourself, and what language do we use, what words do we use to describe ourselves, because those words have power, and it's understanding the power of language and the power of words, and recognizing that there are a lot of words that we could use to describe ourselves, and that it's through that articulation and it's through that understanding of words that now we are better able to define, you know, what we really are inside. And so the game is really meant to get a learner, a student, an individual on that path.
Anybody. It's like the Matrix fits anybody.
Because learning is lifelong, and as we go through life, we'll learn different words, and we'll see how that we change. And as we grow and learn, the words we use to describe ourselves changes as well. And so the literacy game, the real names game, is really meant to grow with the learner. And so you look at it from an educational standpoint in a classroom, then you can measure what words does that student, whether it be a child or adult, learn. What words does that learner know, and have them begin there. And then as they begin to investigate and start building their vocabulary and understanding of words, then the words they use to describe themselves also change. And the real names game, even though you don't need a laptop, you don't need internet connection.
What do you need?
An imagination, and all you need is it could be a pencil and paper. It can be on the chalkboard. It could be a stick in the sand.
Love it.
And so you can begin playing the game without any of the resources. I mean, you could use the resources at hand, and that was the important thing about developing the game. That if you're going to use it in developing countries, that ones without those type of resources, that they would be able to make use of it and start playing it right away. And so that is what we experienced in countries like Cambodia, India, Brazil, did I say India? Kenya, Malawi, Tanzania.
You went to so many more places than I did, but my